the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
My mama, Akwaba being by Nsem-Pii TV so. On one-on-one interview between Dr. Okoe, our NPP parliamentary candidate for Lejokuku constituency, on one kasa NSI, the health minister designate, Anna one Samuel Nante George, Honorable Samuel Nante George, on the member of parliament for Ningo Pram Pram constituency in the ticket of NDC. Now, esan say Sam George and then NDC amanu kuni de omo de propaganda and then throw an adokrom se sebio pafan and a form propaganda and then throw adokrom se sebio aboa kraman and dumpi omo de throw an abeka etwa agu his excellency na da kwa Akufo-Addo ne NPP aban no fin na be ya Ghana befa omo tan yakoto aban ma ono Sam George and NDC amanu kunu and boss His Excellency, a former President John Dramani Mahama, coming December 7 general election. Then Sam George, a cancer can see me bring na even you can say, the Electoral Commission of Ghana, the chairperson, J. Mensan, and the NPP Amanukuno, I mean the governing party, Akunaive, or Macabum, Sinabaya, or maybe Bia na December 7 general election, or maybe in favor of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and the NPP Abbey. And Dr. Okoe say, one time, Emma Sam George, acquired to sell Nsem-Pii His Excellency, Madam Akufo-Addo, and then the back Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, and the entire NPP Amanu Kunina, one time, Emma Sam George, NPP Amanu Kunina, Madam Akufo-Addo Black. And yet, Dr. Okoe, Sam George say, Asriwa Hui, Aboa Asriwa, and Anoma Asriwa Hui, Usu Ajenkukusua, Neto Pai. Yenko tie enkomoditwe na nika ye pa na even Randy Abbey watena abedwem na otie NPP amanuko no Dr. Okoe ene Sam George nso NDC amanuko no so side otie omunsemi no nokora na ene sere yenko tie sibia Dr. Okoe silence Sam George
to come and analyze and show which judge was wrong and how they did what and used all manner of adjectives against them. Yes.
Look, my point is that I have not said judges are pliable, they are malleable, they cannot. No, but the point I'm making is that it would have been a difficult task. And look at the criticism. If they had read how they arrived at the decision and on the same day mentioned the decision, and I'm telling you that to give your justification or the breakdown later, things would have settled. This is my position. So my wish was that. And there are many cases where a judge takes time to read how, at least the executive, they arrive at their decision. This is the point I'm making. This is the kind of criticism your friend in the US told you. Take the matter, go to line by line, show how you did not agree. I'm telling you the sequence. The sequence I preferred was read the justification and give me the results. But at the same time, I saw the wisdom. The wisdom was that.
Are you saying that? Let me just clear this thing because people are also watching.
Yeah.
So impressions and all that. Are you saying that when eventually you saw the basis for the decision, you could not reconcile the basis of the verdict?
Yeah, for me,
you couldn't.
Yes, I couldn't.
So what you're saying is that the basis and the decision
they don't
tally.
Excellent. No.
So what did the judge? So in that case, the judges were what? Pliant.
But any lawyer who takes, but this is so basic. Any lawyer who takes a judgment and says I don't agree with the judgment, basically what they are telling you is that the cases made by the judge in arriving at the decision, they don't agree with the cases. They have they think otherwise. Maybe the judge referred to this article, they think it could have been done. So that is what they mean by criticizing a court. It is to go for the details. And then when you pick this argument, show the other argument. Are you know what I'm saying? So, as for saying that you don't agree with the decision of a court and going to the details, and in fact, the reason why reviews is good, this has come to mind. The reason why sometimes a judge will give a judgment and upon review, the decision is overturned is because the disagreement made at the earlier point is argued at a higher point and bought by the others. Is that not it? Yes, or like a position in your. But look, this judge is my brother. Sanefi, careful. Some of the comments is made here. Listen, if the audio is given to the judiciary, he is called, he will be in trouble. I'm telling you.
What has he said?
Inke is my brother.
What have I said?
You
see, don't go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move.
No.
Are you there, host? Actually,
let him finish. Yes.
No. So there are immediate solutions, medium term and long term. Look, the medium to long term way to address this issue. This issue of today, the issue is this. Someone sees a fair woman at an MPP program in a mask, then it goes on social media that Jimensa is here, and it's because of how they come into office, as in what the constitution puts in place. The medium to long term is that let's quickly fix this constitution. Let's do the amendments now and change all these things. You are scared of security, that it is biased towards this government. You are scared. And if you let's stop treating the symptoms and go for the cause. George, the last time I told you I wanted you to help me push through some recommendation. I don't know whether it's there. That the only reason why there's a lot of violence, I told George, at coalition centers. This is the third election I'm going. I told you. It's because if you have even won, and the EC officer in declaring fortress and says that instead of Okoe is George, it can take 3 years to correct that. So I told George that, George, let's have, I don't know the phone to go, that in 90 days, maximum, like the way they do the presidential, a matter on parliamentary should be resolved.
The parliamentary too there was some amendments to that effect.
I don't know if they've done anything on that.
Look, because you are my senior brother. Most of the violence occurred at coalition centers. I'm telling you the source.
Okay.
In this country, and you see, that's why I want us to go past some things quickly. Some things should not make us argue because we are growing. Things like fighting at the coalition center. The way to play it quickly is to have a clear law that says that in 90 days, a court must resolve the matter. Look, you know, if they say that these elections, I'll not even go to the police center, I'll go and sleep. Because I'm telling you, once I have my foundation documents, Doc,
you know that you
yes, it's simple arithmetic.
And that it won't be 4 years.
Yes, okay. Doc. But now people are ready to kill at the coalition center. In fact, I will not mention the political party. Some political parties tell that people go and massacre at the coalition center. And no, this world we are all not. We don't think the same.
So use the military.
Exactly. So Doc, quickly, as a country, some things which have showed their heads over time, we must. That shows that we are thinking. We must quickly clear them off our way.
Right.
And the law must come because we have a history. In fact, that's why people go there. We all go with the mind that, if anything happens, you are finished. And I think the law can help us to resolve
that. Okay.
Andy, just a quick one.
Yes.
And following from Kojo's message to us and the shenanigans that Okoe has done, including going to the dictionary, I have not crossed any line. You understand me?
But the
law. Wait. And why? Yes, the judges have the ultimate decision to make, but why? Would you think that they would just make a decision and that's the end of it? Absolutely not. There are consequences for every decision that anybody takes. Look, let us not play the ostrich in this country. I'm reading the last Afrobarometer report, reported by Daily Graphic, published on the 26th of July 2022. The Ghana Police Service and the Office of the President, President Akufo-Addo, are perceived to be the most corrupt institutions in Ghana. The most trusted institutions are the Ghana Armed Forces, religious leaders, and traditional rulers. Now, this is what it says. A survey conducted by the Afrobarometer study undertaken by Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, indicated that the police scored 65%, which placed it at the top of the table of corruption, while the presidency, and in this case of Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, followed in second position with 55%. The Director of Research of CDD Ghana, Dr. Edem Salome, presented highlights of the survey at the second round of dissemination forum in Accra Tuesday, July 26, 2020. The key findings of the report show that the perception of corruption among public officials and public institutions have increased in 2022 compared to 2019. Among key public officials found corrupt, or the most corrupt, are the police, the presidency, MPs, members of parliament, judges, magistrates.
MPs most corrupt.
MPs and judges and magistrates and tax officials are most widely perceived as corrupt. This is scientific research. So if we say that the perception about our judiciary, which they are not doing anything actively, in my opinion, to deal with, is one of corruption.
In the last 30 years, almost every Chief Justice has raised that issue.
Randy, so if I sit here and say that the attitude of the Supreme Court or of our judges is questionable, when they themselves have raised those issues, how can you say that what I'm saying is contempt of the court? I am raising the same issues. It's like the greater issue. Where greater in Kiamake, I'm a money laundry, a greater I can buy a court. They themselves have come around now and said that money laundry is a problem for them. So if any judge will sit in this country and say that the judiciary has clothed itself in glory, and that the judiciary we have today in Ghana is one where people can go freely, hoping that they will get justice, that person is not being true to their
but
word.
Thousands of people go to the judiciary every day.
Randy,
thousands.
People take people to court, but right now, talk to the ordinary Ghanaian on the ordinary Kojo Kwame. He will tell you, me court. Because you know that if you don't have money, call Beshka, and you go to court, come on, okay. This is the reality. But Randy, I beg you, wait. On the client issue, why? When I say that the judiciary is being pliant, and I give you instances of it, you can go and take a dictionary definition of the word. Words are used in context. And so if a judiciary is not acting in a way that engenders the belief of trust and independence, look, I'm sure even our Chief Justice today, Dr.Okoe, will tell you that one of the biggest challenges she has will be to use the word independence and our judiciary in the same sentence. Because she's trying to build that in the judiciary, because there is that lack of trust in the independence of our judiciary. So when we speak the truth, look, you talk about dealing with the illness and not the symptom. That's what you said. That if you want us to be nice and placate the judiciary and paint it in fine colors, when the middle of it is rotten, then we're not dealing with the malaise. If we want to fix this country and fix the judiciary of this country, we must be able to point out what the weaknesses of the judiciary are. That in itself is not meant to take people's trust in the judiciary away. Okoe makes the
point that if you have a planned judiciary, you ought to even look at a mode of appointing people onto the judiciary, because that perhaps could be the route for having a pliant and not an independent judiciary, and therefore
with the exception of the first with the exception of the first parliament, which is actually what also sat and created this constitution that is the problem. The parliament in the history of the Fourth Republic that has had an overwhelming majority that any president who was so minded would have gone ahead to work on was the Seventh Parliament that he was part of. They had an overwhelming majority, 169 to 106.
92 where I go.
I'm saying that
he says apart from
92
experiment.
It was an experiment.
So
the point I'm making here, Randy, let me just make this point, is that you see, Okoe can't sit here and try to paint a picture as though somebody had, when his president had the opportunity, when he was in parliament, in the 7th parliament, I was there with him. What steps did they take to fix the problem?
Okay.
Men any 137 there. You know you are going out of government. You are now passing the back. You see, this is the problem of the NPP. The problems of this country, they never fix it. They come, they gloss over it. And when they finish glossing over it, then they say, oh, NDC, you are coming, come and fix it. And at your mama, I can tell you, oh, your mama, when he comes and fix the country, then you people come and come and mess it up again.
All right. Okay. So the Honorable Neil Antivanapur, he says, please respectfully tell Okoe that he should point his fingers to his own people. Maybe he's not aware that we're having these problems with the Constitution because the selfish and greedy NPP people ask their people to abstain from the crafting of that Constitution. If those people from his persuasion had been part, they would have helped this country have a better document as is intimating. But there's one from his Dr. Manche Bruce.
Hey,
Takadi Technical University.
Takadi Technical University came before the Public Accounts Committee. I would have been happy to greet you.
Okay,
there.
so he sent this one, and why are you going to say something?
Okay.
So he sent this one, and
Yeah, concluding comment.
okay, you say it before I read this one. So finish.
I wanted to make the point that in most countries, when you look at justice delivery, more often than not, those who are connected or powerful seem to get away with some things or get their way. Every country works hard to make sure that the ordinary and vulnerable get justice. Look, if you assess Ghana since Nkrumah, there are many occasions where the weak and vulnerable have found it difficult to get justice. And that's why we have action aid and the government takes certain steps. If you are speaking about it looks like justice is not for the rich and powerful, that one we are all with you. No, that one even I would join my forces with you and all that. But where a politician, forgive me, is looking for his interest or is looking for power and goes at decisions by a court and is also global in the attack, global meaning that you don't even mention the specifics and show us what you think, that one I have a problem with you. But for the vulnerable, the rich, the rich and powerful having their way, that one we are not for it. But he's a politician, and in most of these matters it has to do with political, like the cases that have a bearing on the political administration. And so his intrinsic bias is part of the reason why he fires bluntly.
So okay, let me ask a question.
Yeah.
Let's say
I've got plenty messages about the Ghana team too.
Yeah, I have seen that those ones which are in support.
They say you should allow us speak.
No.
When people speak to you, don't stop them.
No, our audience is not. First of all, this is an English language program. And we have a global audience. Can you imagine if I have two panelists here and they all decided to speak Wala and you are home watching
in Accra?
Why not
in Accra?
In Accra.
Is this show broadcast only in Accra?
You know now
from Accra.
You know now if we call to Ulome in this area, this show
will close.
I have no comment.
Better.